Hey there YouTube, Kai here with the Path of Life, and I have a fun new toy to check out today, the Vortex Viper Red Dot. Let's get right into this. So if you have been watching my videos here on YouTube for a little while, then you know that I really like the Canik TP9SFX. You also have seen in the last few months that I have been shooting this with a Trijicon Rmr mounted on this particular gun. Okay, I really like the Trijicon Rmr, but there's one problem that I have experienced with it in the last little while, and that has been shooting competitions when the sun is in certain positions. The dot on this guy is just a little bit hard to find. It is a 3.25 MOA sized dot. And so I've been in the market for something with a little bit of a larger dot. I have been turned on to the Vortex Viper, just seeing a few of the other people that I know that run Caniks running these optics, also just reading some reviews and stuff like that. So I wanted to try this thing out for myself and see how I like it. Now this has a 6 MOA dot on it, so should be a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see in some of those bright light situations. The 3 MOA dot is really good for being able to hit stuff further away, and having that smaller dot, basically all that means 3 MOA, 6 MOA, all that means is that the size of the dot is larger or smaller. Okay, the larger the number, the bigger the dot, and the bigger the dot, the more that it stands out in your sight picture, but also shooting something further away, the more it covers up your target. So if you're trying to be very precise at a longer distance, the smaller the dot, the better. If you want it to be able to be pulled up really quick and be noticeable and right there in your face and larger, it'll be good for stuff that's closer range. Okay, so let's get this thing opened up and see what it's all about. Now in this video we're just going to be opening this thing up and mounting it on the gun, giving you my first impressions, first thoughts. Here in about a week or two, after I've had some time out at the range with it, I will give you a more detailed review of it. Alright, so we got this thing opened up here. We have our little information pamphlet here about the Vortex Viper Red Dot. Has all of the different adjustment levels and how to do all of those things. We have a cloth here, microfiber cloth. We have a dust cover, like protective cover for the red dot itself. We have the battery. We have a Picatinny rail mount. We have your little bag of Allen wrenches and some screws. And we have the red dot itself. That is everything that's in the box, so we'll go ahead and set this aside here and focus on this guy. So that's pretty sweet. Nice low profile, pretty small. One thing that I noticed right off the bat is that there is no color difference between looking through this lens and just looking at what is behind it. With this Trijicon Rmr, there is a little bit of a blue hue to everything. It's just a little bit tinted. With this, it is the exact color of what's behind it. From the front side, it looks a little bit red, but from this side, there is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So one of the big differences between the Vortex Viper and the Vortex Venom is that the Viper has the battery mount on the bottom, and the Venom has the battery able to be mounted from the top, so that you don't have to remove the optic every time you need to change the battery. With this one, you do need to remove the optic every time you change the battery. Something that some people have complained about that I've seen is that it has these locking screws here for your windage and elevation adjustments, because on some guns when you mount this, these locking screws get covered up by your rear sight. That's not a problem for me, because running the Canik TP9SFX, the rear sight on this particular firearm actually comes off. Let me go ahead and just show you this right here. So on the Canik TP9 SFX, when you remove the plate allowing you to mount the RMR, the rear sight actually comes with it. So it doesn't really matter for me because I don't have a rear sight when I put the RMR on there. Okay, so now we are going to mount this thing on the gun. So with the Canik TP9 SFX, if you're using this gun with the Vortex Viper, then you will need plate number 1. So we are going to install plate number 1 on this gun right now. Okay, plate 1 mounted. Now we will get the battery mounted in the optic and mount the optic on the gun. Okay, so as soon as I put the battery in, it lit this thing up, and I can tell you it is a huge dot compared to what I'm used to with the Trijicon Rmr. Wow. Yeah, very, very large dot. Okay, so now we are going to mount this guy on here. Wow. Yeah, this dot is huge. Dims down to next to nothing. 10 adjustment levels, and holy hell, I'll tell you what, on level 10, like I can point it straight into this light here, my camera light, and I can pick up the dot. That is intense. Level 6 or 7 is pretty darn good. I like that the viewing window on this gun is relatively large, especially considering that it is such a low profile red dot here, micro red dot. So maybe you can see the dot in there. I'm kind of swimming it all over the place. But it's on level 4 right now. So let's go ahead and turn this thing up. I'll show you what it looks like on level 10. Wow. Yeah. So there it is on level 10. Pretty intense. And from right here, I have the gun positioned about 3.5 feet from the camera. So not too far off from what arm's distance would be, but it is just really easy to pick that dot up. And yeah, I mean, I haven't fired this thing, but it sure seems to look like it's about on. So it comes with this little screwdriver deal. I can feel these locks taking effect. When I turn those locks on, I can't turn the adjustment screws nearly as easily anyway. So, man, that looks great. I like that it remembers what brightness level you were at. So you hold the down arrow for about 5 seconds, and it shuts off, and then you just hit the up or down, and it remembers where you were at, and it turns it right back on. So in a pinch, if you forget to turn your dot on, you draw, you come up, you present on target, and you don't have your dot, you can just reach up and tap either of those buttons. You don't have to worry about hitting the right one and tapping multiple times to get it to turn on right. Yeah, I like that feature a lot. Just bam, tap it, and it's on. So if you had this on a defensive carry gun, on a concealed carry situation, and you had to deploy your weapon in one of those, heaven forbid, defensive situations, and you did not have your dot on, then you could just easily tap it. Now, this also has a fail-safe where it will turn itself off after, I believe it's 14 hours or 12 hours or something like that. So if you left it on for an extended period of time, then it would turn itself off. Yeah, it doesn't say in the little manual here. All in all, it feels very sturdy. I mean, I wouldn't bat an eye at racking this off of my belt. Shoot dang. I can't wait to get this thing out to the range in a upcoming video, probably here in the next couple of weeks after I get a little bit of time with it, experience with it out at the range. Then I will deliver my final thoughts to you and full review of this product. If you're interested in looking into this and getting it and some more information on it, there is a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link. If you do decide to purchase this red dot sight off of that link, then a few pennies on the dollar go to supporting this channel, which we definitely appreciate. And don't feel obligated. If you find it at a better price somewhere else, cool, go grab it. It does seem like it is a good deal, well worth the money. These come in at about $175, somewhere in there, give or take. And yeah, so for the price, seems to be really great on my first impressions here. And like I said, can't wait to get it out to the range and fire it. If you aren't already, be sure to hit that subscribe link that's right up above me. Also check out some of our other videos that we have linked up. Hit the little bell icon when you do subscribe so that you can be apprised when we come out with more videos, especially the review of this here in the next few weeks. Until then, take care of yourselves, everybody, and make it a great day. Peace out and safe shooting.